Hey, what's up, everybody? Jeremy Schultz here from Beats from the Core. I want to introduce you guys to a good friend of mine, fellow educator, and guitar player, Colin Bradford.
What's up, everybody?
What's up? Hey guys, we're in Brooklyn, and I wanted to bring this to you guys for the Teacher Tip Tuesday. Okay, Colin Bradford is also a Beats from the Core teacher. All right, and how many years have you been teaching?
I've been teaching about 20 years now, but not just not virtually, but in person at music stores and things like that.
Oh yeah, man, cool. Yeah, right on. So Colin just went through the teacher training program a little bit ago, and it was cool. He's had all kinds of great questions and everything, and so he had his first virtual. You actually got your first virtual teacher pretty quickly, huh?
Yes,
Yeah.
that came just
Or
this
student.
last week. Yeah, just this last week.
Yeah, nice.
First
So-
time I taught online.
So he had a pretty unique experience, and I figured that it'd be a good topic to talk about. So, why don't you talk about what happened? What was your experience that happened?
Okay, yeah. So I use Skype as my platform, my video platform. I logged in. The student actually, he and I chatted before the actual lesson began. So I was really enthusiastic because it seemed like the student was really eager to have his lesson.
Yeah.
So we started early. I got all the audio set up and everything like that. The kid was playing an acoustic guitar that was like old.
Right.
So, and the first things that I usually go through are like tuning the guitar. So you can't really play too much without tuning the guitar. So he's tuning the guitar, and it's an old guitar, and he happened to break a string as we were just tuning the guitar. So that put a little damper on the lesson. And so I kind of panicked there for a second, but I remembered some of the principles of Beats from the Core. Understanding that the instrument and playing the instrument is a vehicle for something larger in the lesson. So I tried to make do as best as I could and try to kind of work with the two strings that we were learning anyway. And I kind of tuned down his guitar because I didn't want him to break any more strings.
Right.
So we played a couple of notes, but I really encouraged him, and I think I got that from Beats to the Core, that it wasn't just like a failure because the guitar itself broke.
Right. Yeah, and it was really cool because Colin had texted me after the lesson. We jumped on the phone, and he told me about this, and it was really cool because I hear from a lot of teachers. I get asked this questions about their student not being into it, or like the lesson going wrong and all of that. And when you use the 4 core principles of Beats from the Core, which is connection, discovery, empowerment, and positive self-esteem, then the lessons themselves become more. They become like he said. It becomes something bigger. We're delivering more than their half hour, or 45-minute, or 1 hour window that they have to leave and with all of eruption,
right?
Learn, right?
Right.
It's not about that. And so you actually delivered him you actually used the methods that I talk about in the program. And what was the end result with that? Because one thing I talk about in the program is offering your services. So like saying, hey, if you want to study with me, you don't know me from anywhere, start out with like a free trial lesson, so they don't have to pay for it. They get to like feel you out and yada yada.
That's what I did. It was a free half-hour introductory
right.
lesson.
And so with this could have been like especially online, this could have been like a total disaster. But tell me about what happened afterwards.
So to be honest, I tried to make the best of it and make a connection with this boy, and I got right in touch with the mother who signed the child up for lessons, And I was a little concerned, but I said really good things. I followed up with her, and I just said, you know, Junior is a really great student, and he seems really interested and motivated, and it was unfortunate his guitar broke, but she got back to me right away, and she's like, you know, he really enjoyed you, he really likes you. And so that was really great. I didn't expect that positive result, but because of the principals, I think that really made a difference. And we signed up lessons, so she's in the month package.
Yay. And so this is great, man. Good job. Right on, buddy. I want to say, yeah, dude, congratulations to you. It's cool because, you know, we're in this new era now. Being a virtual music teacher, you know, like I said, Colin has known me for a while, and I remember, you know, he's been following me when I was living in Thailand and lived in Dallas and Seattle and
That's right.
and now New York, right? You know, he's in New York. So, you know, it's like we're in this new era now, and being a virtual teacher it's kind of like the new way. And the old school teachers were scared about like being able to give people quality lessons.
Sure.
But because I've done thousands of them, and now I've figured it out. And everybody that goes through it has similar results. It's kind of like now the game has changed and all that. So
I got a question for you though.
yeah.
What do you say to people that say, you know, the connection with the child or the student seems more authentic in person versus online? What's your response to that?
The method that I actually came up with, my students, I came up with like this call and answer kind of method, you know, and so the last part of the 4 core principle is it's the third one is empowerment, right?
Sure.
All right. So using the 4 core principles and as a method of the communication and delivering the empowerment. So using the call and answer method, you know, actually delivers the empowerment because like instead of for drumming, for example, like standard, you're on a drum set, I'm on a drum set, we're playing together.
Right.
Oftentimes the student leaves and then they get home and they're like, what the fuck did I do? Like, oh shit, man, like that. So the way that doing this online lesson, I'm actually transferring the power right to them. So it mimics kind of like in a real band situation, like if a guitar player shows up, gives you a riff, right?
Yeah.
There's not another drummer sitting next to you and go, play this.
Right.
Right? You know, they give you a riff, so you got to deliver. So that's what the Beats from the Core method style of teaching teaches that real world, like in the jam room style of you're passing this along to them, and now you're making them do it on their own, and you could correct. Hey, nope, put your finger up there. Instead of like it is one-on-one, and you get as detailed. I mean, I've told people here, drop your shoulder, boom. Oh, that made all the difference, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's incredibly effective, and in a lot of parts, it's my students that were taking in-person lessons with me actually like it more. It's funny, I'll be in like the same town with them or whatever, and or like this, you know, like a mile away. Hey, are we gonna have an in-person lesson today? They're like, no, I'd rather have it online because they don't have to drive and all that. But they like
saves on gas.
Yeah. You know, they yeah, man, they like. So let me ask you a question. What is one thing that you like about being a Beats from the Core teacher?
Well, it's great to have the support of you. So when I go through the course, you know, we have the Facebook group. So if I have any questions, I could pitch them to the group, and that might spur another person that's enrolled in Beats from the Core to have another question. So I not only get support from you, but from the other people that are involved in the program.
Right.
And so there's a community around it. And I think that's really fantastic.
Right. Cool.
Along with all the principles too, which I think have really impacted my teaching, because it used to be just technical and learn the notes. And I knew, like, when I took guitar lessons when I was growing up, I got so much more mentorship from my teacher that really helped me sculpt me into the man that I am today, you know, that was so went beyond guitar playing. And I think that's a thing that students get from teachers that are beats from the core.
Yeah, you know, and like that's the thing, man, that I love the most about that is why I'm so passionate. Somebody asked me the other day, so why, you know, yes, you know, I have a handful of my own private students all over the U.S. And a handful in Canada too. And somebody was saying, you know, like, why am I going after teachers? Well, because I feel like you know, it's such an important thing to you know, if you can having a music teacher is such an important aspect, because it's basically like, you know, we're creating more mentors, you know, more it's not just about like you come in, you take a lesson, you know, they could, you know, a lot, you know, there's so much information out there, but this old school method of you know, it's like you go into martial arts, you know, and it's like this your teacher has been studying for years, and he gives you this method, right? You know, it's this old school way of you know, of tradition, of passing down this information that we have that we learn from our mentors, right?
Sure.
You know, and
Yeah.
Colin and I, we have so much in common. You know, that's why we're such good buddies, and we have so much in common about, and we talk about how influenced we were by our music teachers, and like and then to be able to be in a spot to be able to give that back, man, is just it's fucking incredible.
And I think too, like, you know, as you know, the public school systems with all the arts, you know, music, there's being taken out of those programs. So I think it's more important now more than ever that students have access to teachers of music, art, anything like that, because they're not getting that so much in school anymore.
Right.
So we fill that gap.
Yeah. Well, fuck, right on, man. So, hey guys, hey, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you?
You could find me, I've got a profile on YouTube that I teach lessons on, so it's just Colin Bradford on YouTube, so you can look that up. You can also hear some of my personal music on Bandcamp under my name, Colin Bradford, as well. And I'm also on Instagram under Colin Bradford, and Facebook, Colin.Bradford. So
Okay, so yeah, so Colin Bradford, yeah. Yeah, man, that's pretty much it. So hey, why don't you guys reach out to Colin, tell him he's awesome. You guys can reach out to me on I'm pretty much on Instagram all the time, you know, or leave a comment here in YouTube or whatever, you know. But I'm on a mission to create some amazing music teachers. Beats from the Core is very unique. So get at me. I want to hear your thoughts about this being a virtual music teacher. It's game changing, and
it's great.
Yeah, and this guy is joined the club on Making a Difference. So you guys take care and get at me.
Beats to the core.
Beats from the Core. Later.